करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्.
Ladies and gentlemen, namaskar. In the Western world, young people are growing up around people of various religions, races, and cultures. They are inquisitive and ask questions about our own religion and the scriptures. Sometimes they ask questions like, what is the Gita? Why should we read the Gita? What knowledge from the Gita can we apply in our daily life? As the older generation, it is our responsibility to answer their questions properly so that the younger generation can understand it clearly. Otherwise, they will take shelter wherever they find answers. Most of us think that we read the Gita as a pious act and for a little peace of mind. Oftentimes, we do not realize that the Gita can teach us many life management techniques in addition to spirituality. In our eyes, many animals seem cruel, greedy, fierce, and violent. But these are inherent traits which they are born with. They have no option to change their behaviors. On the other hand, human beings are born with both good qualities and bad qualities, which are dormant within us. Unlike animals, we have a choice. Do we want to be good or bad? Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, provides a guideline for how people can live to be effective members of society, so that they will not do any harm to others, and will always think for the benefit of mankind. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to answer some of these questions and to create an interest among the younger generation, we will perform a drama entitled, How Can We Be a Good Moral Person? This drama has been written based on the teachings of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16. The performers of this drama are our young people. Hopefully, we can all learn something from this performance. Please be with us and enjoy the show.
Can someone tell me how many types of people there are around us?
Tithi, there are various categories of people around me. For example, by age, baby, young, adult, and old. By gender, male and female. By color, black, white, etc. And by religion, Christian, Hindu, Muslim, etc.
Your answer is correct in a way, but I'm looking for something a little bit more than age, sex, religion, or color. I'm looking for people's behavior, the type of behavior that they have to categorize people. There are two types of people in this world. There are good-natured people and bad-natured people. Good people are genuinely good-hearted. They try to help everyone. They do charity work. They do not cause harm. They do not lie. They don't try to hurt anyone. Bad people, on the other hand, makes people's life miserable. You will make friends in this world, and there will always be good friends and bad friends. You should not try to be friends with bad people because they will influence you negatively. You always want to surround yourself with good-natured people so that you yourself will then in turn do good deeds.
Didi, I am very curious. I do not want to make any mistake. Could you please tell me, how can we identify bad people?
There may be different definitions based on different types of people, but I will tell you what our Bhagavad Gita defines as a bad person. There are 6 characteristics that are written out. 1, hypocrisy. 2, arrogance. 3, pride. 4, anger. 5, harshness. And 6, ignorance. These 6 characteristics is what makes up a bad person, or as the Gita identifies them, as demons. There are good people and then there are bad people. The Gita identifies them as demons based on, again, these 6 characteristics. Can someone give me examples of people who possess all of these 6 characteristics? I see Raktim wants to answer. Raktim, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Raktim. I can give 2 persons examples who have these bad characteristics. First, I think of Dhritarashtra, who was the king of Hastinapur in India, mentioned in the epic Mahabharata. He was a hypocritical person, and he pretended that he was a man of principle. But he did not say anything when his sons were being unjust to the Pandavas. Another person I think of is Kamsa. He thought himself to be a god. He was too proud and he was arrogant in his belief. He was a harsh and angry person. He put his own father in jail to take over power. He put his sister Devaki and her husband Vasudeva in jail. He then killed their 6 newborn babies in the jail. He engaged innocent Pudna to kill baby Krishna and all other babies in Gokula. And those are the 2 main examples of unjust characters that I could think of.
Didi, can you tell me more about demoniac or bad people's belief, lifestyle, and what their ultimate destiny is?
Yes, let me tell you about demonic lifestyles and their ultimate destiny of the bad people. Number 1, they think that there is no God. They believe that humankind was brought to this world by the union of man and woman. Number 2, they have limitless desire. Nothing ever satiates them. They're always looking for materialistic things to accumulate. Number 3, they believe in the gratification of senses. Again, it's not internal happiness. They want new and exciting things, materialistic things, to make them happy outside. Nothing about inside happiness at all. Number 4, they try to accumulate wealth in the wrong way. They either steal, take from others. They don't earn their money. They take from others. Number 5, they do not hesitate to kill. There is no remorse in their eyes. There's no reasoning as to why someone's life should be taken or why they should kill. They will kill and that's it. There's no sense of repentance. And that leads to the last one. They never attain God because they don't repent for their sins, because they don't feel sorry for their misdeeds. They never really reach God to get the satisfaction that they truly deserve or want.
Didi, we learned about bad people. I mean, demonic people. Could you please describe the behavior of a good people?
We learned about the demonic qualities, so now let's talk about the good people qualities. Again, according to the Gita in chapter 16, there are 26 qualities that a good person has. Number 1, they are fearless because they believe in God. It's not that they don't get scared, but they don't have fear because they know that God is protecting them. Number 2, purity of the mind and heart. They are pure. They don't cause harm. They don't think harm. They don't have malice in their heart. Number 3, steadfastness in yoga of knowledge, meaning they are committed to learning. They're committed to knowing and being an intellectual person. Number 4, charity. They do charitable work. They are helping others to make the world a better place, to make society a better place. Number 5, they're in control of their senses. They're able to resist temptation. They're able to resist being lured into something. Number 6, sacrifice. They're able to sacrifice something from themselves for the good of others. Number 7, they study the scriptures. They study all of the scriptures, including the Gitas, to learn from them what has been passed on from ages to ages. Number 8, austerity. They have a great sense of respect for themselves. Number 9, they are straightforwardness in their mind and body and speech. They don't lie. They don't try to manipulate others. They are very straightforward. They prefer honesty over anything else. Number 10, they're not violent. They prefer not to harm people. It's always better not to harm people. Number 11, like I said, truthfulness. They will prefer to be honest in their mind, their body, and their soul. Number 12, they have freedom from anger. They prefer to reason first, understand what is happening instead of becoming angry. Number 13, they have a sense of renunciation. Number 14, they remain tranquil. They remain calm even in hesitant situation. Number 15, they try not to find fault in others. They have an aversion to fault finding. It's always better to see through the situation instead of assuming fault in others. Instead of assuming someone is wrong, it's better to reason first and understand their point of view. Number 16, they have compassion for all living things, not just for humankind, but for animals and trees as well. So they don't not only try to harm humans, but they also are very kind to animals and plants, anything living in this world. Number 17, they are free from greediness. They do not covet things that they don't have. They work for their rights, but they don't feel jealousy. Number 18, they're gentle. They're gentle to everyone and everything. Number 19, they have a sense of modesty. They have a sense of shame when something is done wrong. According to the scriptures, according to social etiquette, if something happens wrong, they feel a sense of shame. Number 20, absence of fickleness. Number 21, they have vigor. Number 22, they forgive others easily. It's understandable that you were upset, but again, to understand the situation, understand from their point of view, forgiveness shall come naturally. Number 23, they have fortitude from emotions and their bodies and the senses so that they don't feel tired. Number 24, they have a purity of both physical and mental senses. Number 25, they have freedom from malice, from both internal emotional hardship as well as physical malice. And last but not least, they do not have any excess pride. They try to maintain humility, they try to maintain humbleness, and they don't get too proud in whatever they're doing. Those are the 26 characteristics of a good person.
Didi, you mentioned that we should not be greedy. Could you please explain a little bit more about the outcome of greediness?
Yes, let's talk about greed. It is one of the 6 qualities that a demonic person possesses. I'm going to tell you a little story about a dog and his bone. One day, a dog found a bone. He picked it up with his mouth. He was playing with it. He was chewing on it. No problem. In a little bit, he got thirsty, so he picked up his bone with his mouth, went by to the pond to drink some water. As he approached the water, he saw that there was another dog with a bone, and he wanted that bone as well. He did not realize he was looking at his own reflection in the water, but he wanted that bone. So what did he do? He opened his mouth to grab this other dog's bone, and his own bone fell through the water, and he himself also fell into the water. That is when he realized his mistake. So what happened? He lost his own bone, and he doesn't have a new bone. This is what qualifies as greedy. When a greedy person wants more, and more, what happens is that they end up losing what they have. They don't accumulate, and they end up losing what truly matters. This is defined as lust. The sense of enjoying pleasure and the sense of accumulation of greed is what begets lust. If anyone causes obstruction to your fulfillment, if anyone delays your gratification of lust, you end up becoming angry. You end up becoming even more greedy. And all of these qualities are demonic qualities, and they lead to you causing harm to others, you being violent, and they lead you down a path of sin. At the time of death, a person and their objects are left behind, but what you do carry with you are the sins that you have committed, or vice versa, what the good that you have done. So you should always try to be good. You should never be greedy. You should always try to refrain yourself from lust and anger and pride, and always think with your conscience to be a good person.
Hi, Didi. I'm Tushti. I want to know how people with bad traits get inspired to correct themselves.
The scriptures define what is good and bad. So if you want to correct your demonic traits, if a person is inspired to become a good person, they should read the scriptures. And once you know what the scriptures say is good and what is bad, you should do those actions. They are called your karma yoga. Once you do your good actions, you will see your life will be better, you will be happier, and eventually you will reach the Supreme Lord.
What are your final words for us?
Typically, there are two types of human beings. There are good or divine human beings, and then there are bad or demonic human beings. Typically, a person has both good and bad in them. What you have to do is stay away from the bad qualities and cultivate and enhance your good qualities. Prabhu Jagat Bandhu Sundar says, non-violence, truth, celibacy, control of senses, and devotion are your garnish. Dr. Mahanamrita Brahmachari says, non-violence, infallibility, control of senses, truth, and purity, both from the inside and outside, are the characteristics of a good person. So my advice to you is be good internally and externally, and that way you will inspire others around you to also be good, to do good actions, to care about people, to love everyone for who they are, accepting them for who they are. You will see these small steps is what will lead to great changes in the future.